Hello and welcome to today's session, and in this session we are going to discuss about social entertainment, and this is the third lecture in this series of social entertainment lectures. And today we are going to discuss ARGs, that is alternative real games or reality games, alternate reality games and intensive form of social games. Okay, so that is what our agenda is. ARGs that are something which are very immersive, and today they are taking up in various forms and they are trying to catch the user's attention and engage them for various reasons in brand building and bringing in curiosity for a brand or a product or a service. Okay, now this is how the learning outcomes for today's session would go. Before that, I would just discuss some trends for you which I have seen on Twitter today. First, you can see the trend that you can see today. The first one is Ajay Devgan. Okay, Ajay Devgan, the Bollywood star, he is celebrating his 51st birthday today, and his fans are just tweeting him good wishes. Then we have Sri Ram. Sri Ram is again, even Lord Ram, a Hindu deity. Today is the birth anniversary of this deity, and the followers and believers of Lord Ram, they are celebrating this as a mega event. Then Gambhir is Gautam Gambhir. He has donated 2 months of his salary for Corona. Now that's again a point of discussion. Then Save Karnataka. This is something very controversial. Okay, now Kerala, which used to boast about its healthcare facilities and how it's tackling Corona, but it has become the hotbed of Corona, the COVID-19, and they want, and because of this care, Karnataka has closed its Mangalore border, touching the Kasargod area of Kerala. Now the state government has approached the High Court, Kerala High Court, and now they want the Karnataka government to open up borders for the patients to get them treated in Mangalore hospitals, for which the people in Karnataka are raising their voice and they want Karnataka to be safe. So they don't want the border to be opened. So the hashtag Save Karnataka is all about that. Then Markaz Nizamuddin, as all of us know, a lot of people had gathered in Markaz Nizamuddin, and again many people from all across the world, I probably believe from 16 countries, had gathered despite the government warnings. They did not pay heed to that, and many people have been tested positive. Then the Islamic Corona Jihad, that's controversial, I'm not going to touch upon it. Anyway, moving ahead in news. Some important news from today. Okay, again I'll be touching upon news which is related to social media, so there are many other news. So Twitter provides new guide on effective use of social media data. Now how the social media data would be used, how the Twitter data would be used by companies and individuals, Twitter has released its new set of data. So all those people who are working on Twitter data and all the people who are interested in using it further, they should be aware of the new norms and the new principles of the new policies that have been introduced by Twitter. Okay, and this news has been published on April 2nd, that's today. So this is the latest guidelines. So one of the key advantages of social media from a business and marketing perspective is the amount of insights it provides, with the capacity to tap into what consumers are saying at any time. So you get the real-time information, but these policies and there have been the guidelines have been updated. So all those who are working on it should make themselves aware of these new guidelines. Okay, the next one is again an interesting one. I like this very much. Like Facebook's testing a new COVID-19 themed reaction emoji. Now just see, Facebook has a lot of, it has got the various reaction emojis, but all of them are specific to certain emotions like happy, sad, angry. Okay, wow kind of thing, surprise, all those things. They are emotions. But now it's trying out or testing a COVID-19 reaction, which is a non-emotion. Okay. Once in certain markets earlier also, Facebook tried to introduce a new reaction emoji, which was a flower for Mother's Day, and that was again a non-reaction emoji. Now Facebook had clarified also later on that it was an emotion, or it was for gratitude, thankfulness. Like for Mother's Day, people can express their gratitude or thankfulness. But what is the purpose of this COVID-19 reaction emoji? That's very difficult to understand. But as far as I understand, that they want to classify, they want to classify the messages or content on Facebook which is related to COVID-19. So any content which has received this reaction emoji for COVID-19, it becomes easy for them to identify that the content posted by the users is somehow related to COVID-19. So now if we want to check or pay a heed on whether it's a fake news, real news, or we want to just go for a reality check, this kind of classification may be of use. That's just a guess that I'm making, but I think this could be logical, and probably this is what Facebook may also think. Okay, so today in this session, after this session, when you just finish this session, what are the things you will be taking away? What are the takeaways from this session? Okay, the first one, you will learn to define ARGs. What are ARGs and what goes into an ARG? Then distinguish the pros and cons of ARG. What are the pros, the advantages, and what are the cons, the drawbacks? Okay. Then comprehend the jargon of ARG. ARG has got some kind of very fancy, snazzy jargon. Okay, and it's interesting if you get a hold of that jargon, and probably you can start using it also. Then evaluate the effectiveness of ARGs. Now you have to understand that if you are using an ARG in your campaign for branding purposes, you need to know or evaluate how will that be considered effective. When can I say a campaign was effective, or when can I say that a campaign was a flop? Okay, what could be the metrics to measure that? So the first thing, the alternate reality games, the definition of ARG goes this way. An ARG is a cross-media genre of interactive fiction. Okay, it's a cross-media genre. When I say cross-media genre, you have to understand that cross-media can include both online and offline elements. Okay, it can be simple. An SMS can also, an SMS can also become a part of it. A phone call can also become a part of ARG. So even posters can become a part of ARG. Even one-to-one meetings or interactions can become part of ARG. So when I say ARG is a cross-media genre, you have to understand it's not just an online interface. It can be both online and offline. It can be a person-to-person interaction. It can be a phone call. It can be a poster, a movie poster, for example. There may be, the movie poster may have certain clues, and it may ask you to identify those clues, and or it can have a QR code on a poster. When you scan that QR code, there would be an online-offline interaction. It can take you into an immersive world. So all these things become part of ARG. So I say it's a cross-media genre of interactive fiction. Okay. Again, this is important element. When I say interactive fiction, what do you mean by this? Interactive fiction is like, when a game developer is creating this game, definitely majority of the control remains in the hands of the developer. But when it becomes an ARG, okay, part or the actions taken by the user can become the part of the game. Like the real world in which the user is traversing can become the plot of the game. So it becomes an interactive, like the response I am taking can lead or can create the future course of path in the game. So it becomes an interactive fiction. Okay, so that is to say, if I take decision A, the path could be different. If I take decision B, the path could be different of the game. So the plot keeps on evolving based on the interaction the user has with the game. Okay, and again, using multiple delivery and communication media. Okay, using multiple delivery and communication media. As I told you earlier, the delivery mode can be in multiple ways. Okay, I can deliver the game in multiple ways. It can be an offline, online mode. Okay, it can be a simple poster, it can be a simple SMS, it can be a simple phone call, it can be a person coming to meet you. Okay, anything. So there are some examples which may include traditional media such as the television. Okay, this is traditional media. The radio, newspaper, the postal services, and the digital media. Okay, this is what we are more interested in. Fine. So you have to understand, it is a cross media genre, interactive fiction, multiple delivery channels. It includes both traditional and digital media. Fine. So that's what is ARG. Then some examples. Okay, I've collected a lot of examples for you. Okay, these are some like the Marble Hornets, A Map of Floating City, Afterbirth, Commander Video, okay, Conspiracy of Good, Tima, Frog Fractions, then Hello Neighbor, I Love Bees, Last Call Poker, then Louis Hamilton's Secret Life, Majestic, Ong's Hat, Oxenfree, Perplexity, Potato Sack, Sombra, The Beast, The Black Watchman, Charlotte Mystery, The Davenport Papers, Last Ring, Waking Titan, Zai, Year Zero. Okay, these are some examples of some ARGs, the most popular ARGs over the period of time. So you can just search for them, if possible play them to get a hang of it. Okay, a fun fact, the first far-reaching is one of the most popular ARG. Okay, the ARG which became very popular, one of the first initial ones was for the advertising campaign of the film AI, Artificial Intelligence, in 2001 by Steven Spielberg under the name The Beast. Okay, the movie was AI, and to promote the movie they launched a ARG, the name of which was The Beast. This ARG was launched in year 2001 in United States and began with the hidden clues in the movie poster that attracted the public's curiosity and led to an expedition through the real and online world in order to have information related to the film. So people were engrossed in the game. The posters gave them hidden clues and people wanted to just figure out what those clues were, and that gave them more and more information about the movie, and people were becoming more and more curious to know more about the movie, and the game became a very big success, and which led to the success of the movie as well. Fine. Some fancy and snazzy vocabulary of ARGs. The puppet master, okay, the authors, the architects, and the managers of the story and its scenario and puzzles. Okay, those people who have designed it. Okay, those who have designed it, those who are managing it, those who have created it, those who are creating the scenarios, and the people who are placing the puzzles. They are the puppet masters. Okay, so they are making you play. So it's they who are controlling you or any other player in the game. The curtain. Okay, the invisible line that's separating the players from the puppet masters. If I play the game and the puppet masters have designed the game, okay, the line that is separating both of us is called the curtain. The rabbit hole. Okay, the rabbit hole is the clue or site that initiates the game. Okay, so any clue that initiates the game is called the rabbit hole. So I need to identify the rabbit hole to start the game. Then the collective detective. Okay, the collective detective, a term that captures the notion of collaborating among a team of geographically dispersed players who work together to flesh out the story. People gather, people collaborate, no boundaries, no geographical boundaries and no limitations of such kind of geographical distances. They collaborate to solve some mystery, they solve some puzzles, and thus they flesh out the story. They just create the plot of the story. So that is collective detectives. The lurkers and the rubberneckers. Lurkers follow the game but do not actively participate. They are just watching, they are observing the game, but they are not participating. But rubberneckers participate in forums but do not actively play. Okay, there are some forums, there are discussions, people ask for clues, people ask for guidances, they provide all those such information, but they do not get involved in the game. They are rubberneckers.